Talk Real Estate with Sharon McNamara, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services.
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, and you are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. Let me share a little bit about my background before we get started. I am the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, a boutique real estate firm that is home to over 30 real estate sales and marketing consultants who service home buyers and home sellers throughout Boston, the South Shore, the South Coast, and Cape Cod. Our firm takes pride in assisting our clients in the next chapter of their lives by taking a holistic approach to their real estate endeavors. We believe that every move should be a moving experience. Every week, my real estate team member, Mary Baker, and I, along with the director of Boston Connect Real Estate, Melissa Wallace, provide you with our unique marketing approach to selling homes and share with you our expertise in navigating the home buying process. We like to mix it up sometimes, so not only will you hear our perspective on real estate topics, but you will hear the expert thoughts and opinions of some of our real estate agents at Boston Connect Real Estate and the preferred professionals that we trust. Be part of our roundtable. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900. We'd love to talk real estate. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you listen to podcasts at Talk Real Estate Roundtable. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team or one of the dedicated agents at Boston Connect Real Estate to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with us at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate. And hello to all my South Shore neighbors. This is Sharon McNamara, and you are, of course, listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. Well, maybe, of course, isn't the word that I should be using, because I don't think anyone here on Saturday mornings other than Tim knows who we are. So, I know, right? Yeah. Tim, you good?
I'm great. Great to see you. Great to hear you. Your sidekick there, I don't know, something happened with her mic. I can't hear her right now.
All right.
But I can hear you.
We will try to figure that out right now. And welcome. So here we are on WATD this morning. We are live, and we're sort of doing like a real estate intro. So what we're going to be talking about today is our show that we do on Tuesday nights. And what we're going to be doing is replaying the show every Tuesday night. And we're going to do our show live every Tuesday night, and then we're going to replay it on Saturdays from 12:15 to 1 o'clock. And you will be able to call in on Tuesday nights if you want to listen to our show. But today we are live. So if you do have any questions, you can catch us at 781-837-4900. I'm going to introduce you to Melissa Wallace here for a second.
Hello. We're trying to get my microphone to work, but we'll just share one for right now. So we're going to have our show on Tuesday. So if you listen to us on Tuesday night this past week, we had a little, mishap. So we're doing a makeup show right now, but we want to just sort of introduce ourselves to everybody who's listening on Saturdays and let everybody know who we are. Mm-hmm. We are missing Mary Baker. Did you say that? I wasn't paying attention.
I didn't. I did not say that about Mary Baker. You want to see if that one's working now?
Oh, yeah. I think. Oh, no. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
perfect.
think we're good.
All right. We are missing Mary Baker, our third team member. So if you listen to us on Tuesday nights, you know who she is. Mm-hmm. She is out on the road showing houses. Of course,
somebody has to work today.
Someone's got to work today. Here we are. We're working. I don't know. This is fun work.
We're sort of working.
We're working. Well, you just went to one of Matt Mahoney's open houses.
I did.
Super busy, right?
Super, super busy. So Matt Mahoney, who is a full-time real estate agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate, he has an open house today from 11 to 1 at 40 Littlebrook in Pembroke. It's right on Silver Lake. It has an in-ground swimming pool that's sort of oasis-y looking, and the house itself reminds me of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen it in pictures, and I'm really upset that I didn't get a chance to go to it. And I'm sure it's going to be gone in a hot minute.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of people there visiting. So
yeah, I wish I could.
When is he accepting offers till? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that he knew how busy it was going to be. But even people who didn't know I had some sort of relation to this whole situation, were talking about it, and I was like, oh, oh, are you talking about 40 Little Bread, Matt Mahoney's listing? So, it is sort of the buzz around town right now. We were promoting it. We've said it on the show. Part of my job is to do the social media for the whole office. And, I've been promoting the listing in the open house, and it's just been getting some really great feedback online. So I'm really happy for him, happy for his sellers, and I'm sure they'll have plenty of offers to go through.
And I went there today, and, I love to, as the broker owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, I love, and you're the director of operations, and you manage the radio show and everything social media to do with the real estate team. And it's so nice. I know you've been doing it all summer. I was not. I was, I took Fridays off. I took Fridays off and weekends off most of the summer. So again, thank you for that, Melissa. But it's so nice as the broker owner to be able to pop around and go to the agents' open houses and see how they have everything set up and how professional they are. We're just so lucky here. Yeah, that our agents are all so awesome. And Matt is funny. He has like a meme on his table.
It's part of his open house. I don't know, schedule. He always puts a meme on his table.
I think the meme that he had there today is something about when you're listening for directions or something. I don't know. You lower your radio. I don't know, but it was pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
Oh, when you're looking for a street.
But or a place to park.
Or something.
Whatever. I know. I do it.
Yeah. So, again, you are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable, and this will be a real estate replay on Saturdays from 12:15 to 1. Tim is our main guy over there at WATD, and I'm very, very happy to have that because in the old days, Tim, do you remember the old days when I would do my show from 8 to 8:30?
Yes, I do.
And Tim was my man. And so I would do my show. I only had a half hour. Then we went to an hour and then my time switched. But when I do the show with McNamara on Money on Saturday mornings, Tim is the guy there and he does a wonderful job.
Guy.
He is the man. So
Tim is the guy.
Yeah.
I know we gave a little love to Matt. I just want to give a little love to Ginny Wandell. She does have an open house right now too. It's 105 Edgewater Drive in Pembroke, going on from 11 to 1. I did text her to see if we could stop by after the show. She hasn't gotten back to me, which is a good thing. So she's probably busy.
Yep. Things are definitely turning around. So that's one of the things we wanted to do today. Usually on Tuesday nights when we do our show, we're live on Facebook. We just didn't want a chance doing that today. Just it was going a little bit slower than we liked. So but you can interact with us on social media. But if you're too shy to call the studio, 781-837-4900 to ask us a question about real estate, whatever it is, we can call this sort of like a open house type thing.
We're having our own open house. It's a 45-minute open house, which we always tell agents to not to do
that.
More it's an hour. We don't like hour-long open houses.
No.
You don't get a chance to look at it, but
and you can feel free to text me. Have people text me if you have a question and you're too shy to call the studio. Tim doesn't bite, I promise you, though. But my phone number is 781-294-4848. So if you want to send a text if you have any questions, what we thought we'd do today is just sort of give a synopsis of some of the shows we've done in the past and what you can expect to be listening to on Saturdays at our real estate replay.
Yeah. So I looked up all of our past shows because I honestly don't even remember day to day. I'm like, what have we talked about? And we do it every single week.
I know.
We do what, four a month, and now we're already in October. Wow. How did that happen?
I don't even know. Believe me.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
This is strange.
Yeah. But we have a podcast.
Yeah, we do. So if you want to listen to any of these past shows that we're going to be talking about, you can go to talkrealestateroundtable.com, or you can pull up your podcast app and look up Talk Real Estate Roundtable. You can even search any of our names, Sharon McNamara, Melissa Wallace, Mary Baker, because we are that big.
We're big time.
We're big on the social work. You can listen to us, talk and have some fun. And hopefully you have some fun too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've gotten some great feedback lately about all the fun we've been having, but it's very educational.
Yeah. I get emails every so often. Like, my favorite show was the one that you refused to put on your podcast.
Yeah, we did have one show that you will not be able to listen. You'd have to go through the depths of the internet or wherever it lives. I'm not quite sure what happens after.
You would have to pay somebody at WATD to hear that one. We were off the rails on that one.
We were bad. That it's not on our podcast. But somebody emailed us and said that they liked it. So
that was their favorite one.
Maybe we're not as bad as we think we are.
Exactly. So every Tuesday night we start our show at 6:15 to about 7 o'clock, and what we do is we pick a real estate topic that is maybe something that's very much like what's in the news right now, or we'll talk about upcoming things that you should be considering. So in the spring we're always doing spring cleaning type stuff, how to get your house ready to put on the market. When we were going through the trenches during that very reckless market that we had this spring, we were talking about multiple offer situations, how to best set up your offer. We had that's the other thing too, is it's always not just our team. Again, it's myself, Sharon McNamara, the broker owner, Melissa Wallace, who is the director of operations, broker liaison, and she just
whatever you want to call me,
everything. And Mary Baker, who is my team member when it comes to the real estate part of things. We have guests on with us a lot. So we have had in the past, we have attorneys on. So those Marshfield listeners of ours, I'm sure you're all very familiar with Mark Stiles of Stiles Law. So we've had Mark on with Emmanuel Ebot from his office and Denise that's in his office. We've also had home inspectors on with us. We've had Josh Cutler on with us, the chief of police, chief of the fire department in Pembroke. We've had a couple weeks ago, the Lieutenant Wendy LaPierre was on with us to give some back to school safety tips. So we're doing all kinds of different things just to give information, some useful, valuable information. And Melissa's trying to do some Facebook stuff.
Yeah, you would have killed me if I
posted that one
mid talking. But we've had some really great guests on. We've had Emmanuel Ebot, Mark Stiles from Stiles Law. It's just great people. Great
Absolutely.
People, so.
And it's always people that we would refer. So we want you to have who we consider the best in our industry in their little industries. And there are times too that we'll talk about, if we're in conversation and we're saying, something about irrigation systems come up, then we'll potentially give you the name of an irrigation person. Like I recently hired someone here, Kaz from Greener Pastures, I think is the name of his, out of Carver. So we'll do those types of things.
Greener Pastures or something, whatever. I think you said like
Greener something.
When we were talking about it on the show.
Green Acres.
We were all trying to figure it out. We're like,
Green Acres is the place to be.
Hey, Tim.
Yes.
Honey, I love you, but give me Park Avenue.
That's right. Thank you, Jaja. Yes.
That's so funny. Yes. So we have all kinds of great topics. If you ever have a topic that you want us to sort of highlight, we're happy to do that too. You can easily get in touch with us. Our emails are so easy here. Sharon at Boston Connect, Mary at Boston Connect, Melissa at BostonConnect.com. So you can get in touch with us. So why don't we go through some of the lists? Again, why don't we give out some gift cards, Mel? This is our intro to real estate replay here on WATD. Again, you're listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. And I am the broker owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. Our office is located right in Pembroke Center across from Stop and Shop. That's where our home studio is as well. So you can find us on Facebook and at McNamara Broker Team. Yep. Boston Connect Real Estate. We have pages as well. Sharon Costa McNamara, if you want to see us live, we're usually live on Tuesdays and then we'll replay the show.
Yeah.
But what can we give? Well, we have gift cards, right? So want to do what do we have? Like $20 gift cards to Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Well, let's do $10 gift cards to somebody who will text you.
Okay.
$20 gift cards for somebody who calls into the studio.
Oh, well, that's perfect. I like that. Thanks. All right. So if you text me 781-294-4848, you don't have to give your last name. If you just give us a first name, I'll never know if it's fake. So your name could be John and you could tell me it's Peter. I will not know. So text us maybe a question, a comment, anything, 781-294-4848, and we will give you a $10 gift card. And if you call into the studio to Tim, 781-837-4900, then we will give you a $20 gift card. So it will be, is it just the first person that calls? Makes it easier, right?
Yeah, well, we'll see if anybody does it. We'll see how many we'll give away.
All right, perfect. So we'll minimally be giving away one, but let's just say a max of 5
we
and
just
5.
want to know that people are listening to us. I mean, we've sort of been doing the Tuesday night show for long enough that we know that people are listening to us there. But hopefully we have some
people
listeners right
in between, soccer practice and football, and there's a lot of car washes out there right now. I did see Students for Diversity out in front of Pembroke High School on Hubbamuck Street. I saw that group out there today. So there's a lot of things going on out there. So It's a beautiful day.
It is really nice. I didn't know what to wear.
Yeah, same, because it gets weirder in the afternoon,
Gets
right?
Weird.
Yeah. Let's get weird. All right.
So let's go through some of these shows to get people to listen to them again.
Yeah.
Let's see. What about... Oh, the septic system.
I know, it's weird. It's so weird.
I've never known anybody who loves septic systems as much as you.
It's so strange.
So what a crappy thing to like.
I know.
Hey-oh.
Yeah, down in the dumps.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things why we're really happy about going live. And again, I'm very, very happy that Tim is on the other side of that, because I love to interact with our producers on the other side too. But we wanted to get our personalities out, and believe me,
we think we're pretty cool.
Yeah, we're not boring, I don't think. So septic systems is one of my favorite shows, and I literally could do a show for 2 hours on that, because there's so many different in and outs of it.
Yeah.
So septic systems, usually we try to get somebody. So the last time we did the septic systems, we actually had Shane McGlone on, who is, he's a septic engineer, but he has a different title. Remember, it was...
Oh, yeah, I'd have to go back.
Yeah. What is his title? Yeah.
Something
sanitary something or other. But he's a septic engineer in my eyes. The best of the best. And he is located here on the South Shore. Actually, when I purchased this building in Pembroke Center, it was, I had Shane do the engineering on that, and then Al Wood put in the septic system for us. But I like talking about it. And here's some of the tips that we'll have for this time of year. If you are thinking about putting your home on the market in the spring, so that would be next year, I would suggest that you do your Title V inspection now, because the spring market really starts in February, and we talk about that every year as well. So generally right after the Super Bowl, the Sunday after Super Bowl is when spring market really starts for us. But if the ground is frozen, you won't be able to put in a new system or to have your system checked. But not everybody has to have a new system, but everybody does have to have a passing Title V. And you want to tell people why they need a passing Title V?
Well, if you are going for a mortgage, the bank is going to be looking for that. Unless you're paying cash and somehow, some way you're going to be, installing the septic system yourself.
Yep.
You need a passing Title V in order to get a loan from the bank.
Yeah. And I think that makes sense. I mean, if I was giving someone money, I wouldn't want to give them money if the septic system didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And so we just dumb it down for ourselves, but I think we make it very easy for our listeners to understand what we're talking about when we're talking, with our different topics. So, again, we have nobody calling. 781-837-4900. We're giving away $20 gift cards to Dunkin' Donuts just for you to call and say hello.
Yeah, you don't even have to talk real estate.
Yeah, just say hello. I mean, we'd love to talk.
Just let us know you exist.
Yeah, I know. Tim, start texting some of your friends, will you?
I know, I might start. Pretend like you don't know me.
Yeah. All right, so I told everybody what one of my favorite shows is.
What is one of my favorites? Well, I'm surprised. No, I'm not surprised that you picked septic system, but home staging. You love home staging. That was a really great show, and that was actually the show that we were going to do, or I was going to do with Kristen Howlett, who is a first-time home buyer, who is a full-time real estate agent here at Boston Connect Real Estate. I sort of convinced her to come on the show with me on Tuesday, and it didn't end up happening. But we were going to be talking about staging a home for fall, and using your five senses. I really liked that.
Yeah, that was a good
show. That now I feel like was over a year ago.
Yeah, we could do that one again.
We could do that one again. Yeah.
Let's do that Tuesday.
Well, okay. Five. Yeah, it'll be, I think it's you and I again. So,
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, 5 senses. All right. So listen on Tuesday night at 6:15 and then you can re-listen to it again next Saturday.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about the 5 senses. So I won't even go into that then. But the home staging.
But there's the teaser.
There's the teaser.
Yeah.
Home staging was a fun show to do. Just sort of going from exterior of the home, curb appeal, all that fun stuff, especially now with, the holidays coming up, fall coming up. A lot of people like to put in decorations and stuff. And honestly, sort of less is more. So if you're thinking about putting your house on the market, it's probably not best to, cover every inch of your house with a decoration because it's just another piece or an item for somebody to their eye stops at. They're not looking at your floors anymore. They're looking at the ghost rug on the floor for Halloween or the boo. Where's the booze?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that. Oh, you know what we should talk about? I mean, we have plenty of time to talk about, but we'll talk about it again before we sign off.
Excuse me, Shannon. Good news. I'm Sharon. Shannon. Who's Shannon? Sharon. The other Shannon. No. We have a caller. We have Walter in Hanover that wants to say hello.
Oh, great. Hello, Walter.
Hi, Walter.
Hello, ladies. How you doing?
Doing well. We're doing better now that you've called us.
Yes, actually,
Well,
I'm just so happy.
I kept hearing you say that, gee, nobody's calling.
So we're going to make sure that we get you a gift card to Dunkin' Donuts for being the brave soul out there. So do you like Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks better?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to get you a $20 gift card. If you won't mind, before we hang up with you, but we do want to talk to you just for a second. We'll make sure that we get your information. You can give your information, your address and everything to Tim at the studio.
Okay.
Already got it, Sharon.
Gave it.
Oh.
Yeah, already did that. Yeah.
Perfect. So we'll get that out to you on Monday. But Walter,
Great.
what do you think about our new little time slot here? Do you listen to WATD every Saturday?
Not every Saturday. I try to catch Tom Williams on Saturdays, and then I really look forward to the oldies in the afternoon, both on Saturdays and Sundays.
Perfect. Yes. So my show used to be on right before Tom Williams, and then he was on after me. So yes, I know Tom, and our office has done some work with his office in the past too. So that was always a good lineup on Saturday mornings. So, did you have any questions for us about real estate?
Tom's a quality guy. Dealt with him many years ago, setting up a real estate situation from my mother-in-law to my wife and her sister, and that all went very well. So
yes,
quality
estate.
guy.
He does a lot of that estate stuff for sure. Sometimes we talk about that as well on our show. It's very, very complicated, but very, very important. That's one of the shows we have done in the past too. Is you leave a legacy, not a burden, right? So that's good. Did you have any questions for us other than just saying hello? I mean, which hello is just fine, but did you have any questions?
No, I'm interested to hear about your septic system experiences and the Title
I know, maybe
V
we'll have to do the show
situation.
after that.
See, I've always, when we bought our house many, many years ago, the people who owned it said, if your system is working right, you never have to have it pumped. And I believed them, and so we've never had it pumped. So I don't know if that's the best thing or the worst thing or what.
So
Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I definitely have thoughts on that. So some of this, it really depends on what type of a system you have. And I know that's very much an attorney type response. I am not an attorney, but they always say it depends. But with the septic systems, if you think about, like, if a system is working properly, you shouldn't be putting any chemicals or anything in it. So the bacteria should be taken care of, what it needs to do, automatically within your tank. And your leaching field, if that's working properly, then all of the liquids will do its job, going through that. However, eventually, I would guess at some point, the tank is going to be full because unless you're using toilet paper that breaks down. And then there's the solids that usually the solids will go to the bottom and then the water will go out through the system. So my guess would be that eventually it would have to be pumped. But again,
so the bacteria doesn't take care of eliminating the solids?
I don't believe that it will eliminate them completely. So that's why I would definitely call a septic professional. I think what would happen is you would just eventually get to the point where if you have a 1,500 gallon tank, that it would just be full.
But on average, how often do you think people?
Yeah. So generally people are pumping every 2 years. So, and again, I do believe that what that person told you about, that a good system will automatically it will do its job. The bigger problem that we have right now, though, Walter, is there's so much antiseptic, right? So it's antiseptic. So like if you're doing hand sanitizers, laundries have hand sanitizers in it now, dish detergent, everything has the antiseptic in it. So that's one thing that we did learn from Shane. Remember, he used that. It was like antiseptic. So that is breaking down the bacteria in our systems. So a lot of the systems don't have as much bacteria in them anymore to sort of fight. How old is your system?
Since 76, wow. I guess.
Yeah, so you might even have a different type of system altogether. Yeah. You don't have a cesspool, do you?
No.
No. Okay.
And we do have a separate leaching thing for the washing machine. Yeah.
Which they no longer even allow, but they don't even really allow that anymore. So So they've stopped that. If you would have to put in a new system, they would have to cap that off.
Okay. And one concern I have about calling somebody to do the Title V is, aren't they, all of them or most of them, the same people that want to put in a new system for you?
That's a very, very good question. So there are people like Arthur Bloomquist. He's wonderful. We refer him often. He only does inspections. He doesn't do any repairs or installations. And then AE Woods is another company I use. He does do systems as well. But here's how I'm the broker owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. We have 34-ish agents, and if anybody ever did anything sort of without integrity and with a full moral compass to any of my clients or any of our clients here, they would never get referred again. So I know that, the Dorchester and me comes out. I'll tell you that, Walter. So zero tolerance. So I don't believe that the person that I would refer to you as AE Woods, even though he does put in systems, he would never, ever, ever jeopardize our relationship. But I do know how people feel. And Arthur Bloomquist is wonderful. Yeah. He does a good job. So we refer him as well when people have that concern.
Okay. It's Arthur Bloomquist?
Yep. Bloomquist. Yep. And I'll have Melissa here. You talk a little bit and ask a couple of questions, and I'll look up his number right here.
Yeah, I'm. When you said it was in the 70s, I was a little surprised that it hadn't been pumped. So maybe there is some sort of something going on with the system, because at this point, if it was like Sharon's system or our system here, like it would need to be pumped every 2 years. So
and some of the older systems, by the way, are better than the newer systems.
Yeah.
So
that goes for everything.
Oh yeah, like my husband, my husband Walter just bought. He got a little bit of an inheritance. I would much rather have my in-laws here, but they World War II vet, and he just passed away last June. And in his 96 or 97, he just bought a 1936 Ford pickup. So that works better than what we have today.
His 2000 something pickup truck.
So Arthur's phone number is, so again, that's Arthur Bloomquist, and it's BLOOMQUIST 781-585-2666. And in some instances too, Walter, what you could ask for is not that you really necessarily want to have a Title V inspection done, because it doesn't sound like you're planning on selling your house or anything. But sometimes it's just hey, I just want to have an informational look. Or even just ask him the question, what are your thoughts? Is this something that I should be pumping? and Nava does pumping, and there's a bunch of good ones out there that do pumping.
I'd be curious to know what kind of system he has.
Yeah, well, there's also definitely, Walter, if you need to have it pumped, call us back at some point, just because there are some companies that are sort of known out there to not have that moral compass. So I've heard of one company in particular that Pembroke wasn't really allowing for a while.
Wow.
They pumped somebody's septic system and charged them for 1,500 gallons, and it was a 1,000-gallon tank. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty tough to get 1,500 gallons out of a 1,000-gallon tank. Yeah. And then the other thing too is the solids. So, there's a lot of like sort of scraping with a shovel and things like that to make sure that it's all coming out, because it's almost like cement at some point. So that's really important to get all of it out. But talk to the specialist. You'll be in good hands with Arthur Bloomquist.
Okay, that's great. I appreciate your advice on that, for sure.
Yeah. I told it's weird how excited I get about septic systems. I don't know.
Very strange.
But I find your comment interesting about how older systems can be better than the newer ones. And when you think about it, the same thing applies to your dishwasher, your refrigerator, anything else.
It really, really is true. I mean, I've had systems that have been inspected in houses that were in the 60s, and it passes Title V. And I've heard the inspectors say this system is probably better than the one that was put in across the street in 1992.
Wow.
So. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like houses, I always feel like houses that were built in like the 80s, I can always tell because it's like solid. I don't know. It's when I go up the stairs, I can always tell. It's like when they used real wood.
Mm.
Anyways, well, Walter, thank you so much for calling in.
Walter.
Well, thanks for your time and thanks for your advice. I sure appreciate it.
Yeah, and we'll make sure to get that gift card out to you on Monday, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thanks, Walter.
Again. Enjoy your show. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So that was Walter, who was very kind to call in here to WATD this afternoon. And, we're giving out gift cards for people who wanted to call in and sort of welcome us to the 12:15 lineup. We won't be live every week, though.
No, we won't.
No. So
Sharon, you have two more callers.
Oh my gosh!
Yep, you do. So
Perfect.
you got two more. So first off is Donna in Kingston.
Donna in Kingston.
Hello, Donna. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I am doing great. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. So we're going to get you off a $20 gift card. Do you prefer Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, or someplace else?
Actually, McDonald's. I love their coffee.
Perfect. My dad goes to McDonald's every morning in Hanover with his two friends.
Yeah, I get a two for $2.14. I love it.
Perfect. Well, if you're looking for some friends to hang out with on in the mornings, you'll have to find my dad. His name is Frank, and he hangs out at the
Hanover McDonald's.
Hanover McDonald's every single day, Monday through Friday.
My husband's named Frank too. Let me ask you this. Do you need a Title V inspection if you're buying a condo or a townhouse or something like that?
Yes, absolutely. So as the buyer, you're not responsible to have to do anything. So It would be the seller. If you were purchasing a condo with a seller, the seller would have to do the Title V. A lot of the associations cover that cost for you. Some associations don't. But if you're getting a loan, chances are you're going to need that.
And something to ask about as well. Oh, I think they're mowing the grass outside. Something to ask as well is sometimes condos have shared septic systems. So if they're not individual tanks, individual septic tanks for each condo. So that's something that you have to look into as well.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's good information. Thank you. Good luck.
Yes,
Donna.
Thank you. We'll get that gift card out to you.
Okay, dear. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. And just, I wasn't trying to set Donna up with my dad or anything. I mean, it sounds like she's married and happily married to another Frank. So Donna, certainly bring Frank with you to meet my dad, Frank, and his two friends that he hangs out with all the time at McDonald's.
All right, we have another caller.
Who's our other caller?
We have one of our faithful listeners, Tom in North Weymouth.
Tom in North Weymouth.
Hello,
Tom.
Hey, hello. It's not often I get to talk to two such fun, intelligent ladies at once. Maybe not even one.
Well, today is your lucky day.
Today's your lucky day, Tom.
No, it'll be lucky when I get to meet you in person someday and say hi to you. When you talk about septics in general, so I just this is hypothetical. So I've just bought a house and it had a new septic system put in. So I moved 3 years later. I want to sell. How long is that valid for?
So
before I have to have it inspected.
Yeah, so if you have to have it inspected, when you have it inspected, it will be it's automatically good for 2 years, okay? In some towns, though, and the state has it as if you have, it's good for 2 years, and then if you pump it every year, in those 2 years, it's good for a third year. So that's a state regulation when it comes to Title V. Some towns have a bylaw against that, though. They'll just say, no, you're only good for the 2 years. So,
yeah. And also, if you have a Title V report, it'll have a date on it that it expires as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 2 years state law, but you could also pump the third year if you were selling it, right? Correct?
It has to be pumped both years. So
both
year
years.
1, you would have to pump. Year 2, you would have to pump. And then that third year would be good. So
okay.
Are you talking about the house? So the house that you just purchased 3 years ago, you're wondering if that Title V is still good?
No, I know somebody in Pembroke who may be considering, and they've owned their house for a couple of years. So I was just wondering what would be their situation as far as if they did sell it in their third year, if they could just do it without the Title V.
Yeah, if they haven't had it pumped every year, chances are no for that third year. But if they did, they would be in good hands. Yeah. And if they're within that 2 years. So a very good example is I purchased, we're located right in Pembroke Center across from Stop and Shop. So I purchased a building.
I know where you're at, yes.
Oh, well, you'll have to swing in one day and see us. Maybe we'll have you come pick up your gift card so you can tell us, where do you want your gift card to anyways? Do you want Dunkin' Donuts? We just had someone who wanted McDonald's, Starbucks.
I'm boring. Dunkin' Donuts.
All right, we'll give you that, even though they're closing at 3 because they don't have enough people to work. But that's another story for another day and potentially another show. But
yeah, that's everywhere, right?
Yeah, in my situation, they gave me a Title V inspection and said that it passed. When I looked at the date, I said, well, it expired literally by maybe 1 month. So I was like, you have to do a new inspection. And when the new inspection was done, it failed.
Because you put it in your offer.
Yeah.
Which is something that we'll talk about when we do another septic system show and putting in the verbiage to put in an offer.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with
because I said the house had to the sale was contingent upon a passing Title V. So they thought they had one when they accepted my offer, and it found out that they didn't, and it failed. So the seller was obligated to put in a brand new septic system. For me, the way I handled that was I got a very good price. I negotiated very hard to purchase this building, and I felt, all right, whatever happened, I'll pay for half of the system. So I did that. But buyers don't have to. I just, you know what, I was starting a next chapter and I wanted it to start off, in a good manner.
Faith offer, yeah. Nice, yeah, very nice. If you're purchasing a house, say in Pembroke, with cash, and the person had the septic system evaluated and it failed, you can still purchase that house?
Yes, if you're cash, you can do whatever you want because the bank isn't going to. There is no bank. So that's the reason why it has to pass. If someone's getting a loan, the bank won't give the money to a failed system. But cash, you can do it.
So, would that give you any leverage in purchasing a property that way?
I would say absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because then the seller wouldn't be obligated to put in a new system. So that way they could, Yeah.
And then you would have to have it done, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. In order to
get there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. That's some good questions.
Yeah, when they have a Title V inspection done, the report does go to town hall. So the town will know if it's a failed system. And I think you have 2 years to get a new system. To get a new system in. I don't know if they're a Title V police that they go around.
There's no septic system police around here, but I'm sure somebody's job at some point is to go around and say, hey, you failed your septic system 2 years ago and never replaced it.
Right. Do you have time for another question, or is there somebody waiting?
Absolutely.
I don't want to tie you up.
No, we have 5 more minutes left.
Okay, awesome. In general, I kind of just watch the market a lot. It's very interesting. Where is it now? I'm kind of confused on whether it's really a good market seller. I know it's always a good lately, but I mean, has it changed at all? It seems to be changed a little bit.
It has slowed down a bit. So the recklessness that we had in the spring here, and that's what I was calling it, was reckless. I mean, we put a house on in Pembroke for $679. We had 40 offers after 3 days of back-to-back 92 showings. And it was on for $679, and we're getting offers for $900. So it was so reckless. But people waiving home inspections, and the reason why that happened is because the cash buyers were no longer the one. Like, it was like, all right, everybody, there were a lot of people who had cash. So then people were like, all right, I'll waive my home inspection, but that's another show as well. Right now, when any market is based on the last 6 months. So the last 6 months of comps. So right now, the numbers are still very high based on people using emotional value back in April, May, June, when they were buying houses over asking. So our comps is still very high. What we saw was a slowdown of buyer interest, and it was because of buyer fatigue. Buyers were, they were losing out, hey, I'm up against 40 offers and I can't get anything. A lot of people took the summer off. A lot of, the generation, the Gen X, they were coming. So, leaving the city, they want to buy a house. They ended up renewing their leases for a year. So it slowed down a bit, but I was over at, I don't know if you're familiar with Littlebrook in Pembroke off of 27. It's right on Silver Lake Pond and Silver Lake. And one of our agents, Matt Mahoney, he has a listing there. I went there today. It was packed. Yeah. There were so many people there. So the buyers are starting to come out again. So it is a good time to sort of come on.
Yeah. I'd throw something else in there. It's such a humid summer to go out and do anything, to be honest with you. I know that's not the real reason, but you know what I mean? That heat was
sometimes weather.
Yeah. Just the way you said it is the way I kind of thought the market was with fatigue, because I've listened to a lot of financial shows and different things, and, it just seems to be a lot of fatigue out there because young people just can't purchase. They say they put in offers all the time, and it's just, it's just a waste of time. They can't get there, or they're the houses go for more money, and it's like just a waste of time.
Yeah. Well, and the ones that stayed in it, they were able to get things under agreement this summer. So we're starting to see them coming back out again. But if people are thinking about putting their house on the market, I always say fall, winter is a good time to do it, because people, for some reason, it's the mindset of New England that I have to wait until the spring when, the trees are blossoming and the flowers are coming out. But you're much better off to be one of less inventory than one of much.
I agree. Yeah. That's the way I am. When there's people out, when I love to go look. I haven't done it lately. I'll go look for a home when there's a Patriots game on. Because there's nobody on the road. I can drive free and, go to things. There's nobody there. They're not crowded.
Yeah, tomorrow's
not
game.
Tomorrow though, because isn't it on like 8:20 or something?
Late game,
it is. Yeah. Oh, well, tomorrow night, I was listening to the morning show this week, and Christine James had made a comment about she's sort of hoping that the Patriots, that Tom Brady wins, and I was like, I texted her and I was like, maybe I should walk you to your car.
No, I feel like that's how a lot of people feel.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
I don't care. I think that Tom should take it easy on the new kid.
I know, he's so cute.
He's so young. Your show's almost over. Thanks a lot. I'll be listening next week.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to our new little special spot here.
Maybe we have to do Saturdays now with Tim and replay on Tuesdays. But again, Talk Real Estate Roundtable, thank you so much for having us here, to our WATD family, and Tim especially. We'll see you next week, everybody.